Okay. Hi, everyone. Sorry, we're running a little bit late, but we just wanted to give time for everyone to join us today. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. And we'll go ahead and get started. So my name is Rose Martinez. I'd like to say good afternoon and also thank you for being here today, taking time out of your busy schedule to listen in on our webinar. I serve as the director for the Bellwether College Consortium. And also on this webinar is Robert Acosta, who is our communications coordinator, who will be recording the session for your colleagues or for yourself if you want to come back and look at this session. The session will be located on our Bellwether website, bellwethercollegeconsortium.com. And we will also be sending it out to our primary contacts for all of our 30 Bellwether finalist programs. If you're a judge, know that we're going to be meeting tomorrow. So you can hang on, you can stay in on this session, or you can feel free to leave a little early if you want, but this is good information for everyone. I'm pleased to see such a large number of our finalists here and other members of our Bellwether community. So again, thank you for being on today. This is a good time just again to remind the audience that it is being recorded and that we will have a Q&A session at the end of the quick comments that I'm going to make. You should have received, obviously, a note that came out on Friday that shared our new community college Futures Assembly dates. I'm sorry, Bellwether College Consortium, our new community college, our new Futures Assembly dates. Sorry about that. So, but before I move into the meat of the program, I just want to say that the Bellwether staff and I truly appreciate the responsiveness of this group of finalists. You have been very conscientious in what you need to turn in, when you need to turn it in, very witty, very caring group of people just by gauging a lot of the responses that we have to whatever we put out. And so we thank you for that. We appreciate your kind words sent to the staff that just basically said, hang in there, particularly after having to change these assembly dates. We are all in this together, and you know that as we put forth changes, we did it with a lot of decision making, a lot of hard thought that came with that. But I truly wish we were beyond this current situation, as I'm sure you do. But know that we took a lot of time in terms of considering whether these dates needed to be changed. And last week is a tough week for our team. With each passing day of the Omicron surge continuing in our local community, that being San Antonio, and likely in your own community, it became clear that keeping our January 30th through February 1 dates were untenable. We did not make this decision to change our assembly dates in isolation, but we did make it with a clear conscience. Once our risk management director at Alamo College's district, home to the consortium, shared his expert opinion, we knew that it was the best for all of us to move the dates. And so with that, let me go ahead and get into the first slide. So today we're going to discuss just a couple of things, but they're all very critical and crucial. First, the event updates. We'll talk a little bit about the event and hotel registration. And not necessarily the event registration because that is passed, but any changes or if cancellations are in order, those sorts of things. And then we'll share our event speaker, who our keynote event speaker is. I think you'll be delighted to know who that is. And then the Futures Assembly timeline. And then again, like I said, Q&A. Next slide. So in terms of, like I said, how we came to this decision to change the dates. Alamo College's district transitioned to a remote work environment last Wednesday, and it was immediate. So we heard on Tuesday, we moved to a remote on Wednesday. And a lot of that was based on the fact that, again, like I said, Omicron was surging in San Antonio. It was also at its highest positivity rate within the district at that time. And so in good conscience, I think our chancellor and the board and all the powers that be thought that that was most important to keep us safe, to negate the further spread, at least among our district employees, and move to a remote setting. So I'm at home, Robert is at home, and I'm sure many of you are doing the same thing. This order limits our ability as Bellwether to do any of the certain things that we need to do in order to be on campus or on our district office campus and do the things to make sure that we have a successful program. We worked with Mike Legg, who is our risk management director at Alamo Colleges, and when we shared the dates with him, he said that based on his forecast, not his forecasting, but the forecasting within the city and some of the national data that he has access to, basically showed Omicron was going to peak, particularly in San Antonio at the end of January. And so with that in mind, we did not want to bring you to a city with that occurring. And so we decided that the dates that Menger Hotel, our hotel had open, our contracted hotel, was February 27th through March 1st. And so we moved quickly to secure those dates. I want to say we have been very happy with Menger in terms of the fact that they are moving the entire program from a Sunday through Tuesday schedule, exactly as we would have had it been January 30th through February 1st. They're also transferring all the reservations that have been accepted from all of our Bellwether finalists, and will be moving those dates accordingly. So if you are planning to come in on a Sunday and leave Tuesday, then they will move that accordingly to the Sunday. I realize that many of you are having to redo airline tickets, and those flights might not be exactly the same, but the dates should. And so I would just say that once you get that all aligned, reach out to the hotel and share any new information that you have if there's dates that are changing. I would also request you just reach out to them anyway, just to confirm that your dates have been moved. They are busy doing that now as we speak. So they have asked me to relay to you to please not contact them just yet, but after tomorrow or Wednesday, by tomorrow, they will have been able to move all those dates. So tomorrow and from then forward, you can contact the hotel directly if you wish. And I'll go through that in terms of a phone number and how to reach out to them. As I said, the current list for San Antonio is severe, appears to be worsening, and I'm not going to go into that further. And we simply didn't want to put our volunteers at risk as well if these surges were happening. So that is the update, and those are the reasons why we decided to change the assembly. Next slide. Okay, in terms of hotel substitutions or cancellations, as I said before, all the new dates, all the existing reservations will be moved to the new dates. Again, February 27th, which is a Sunday, through March 1st. If you call the 1-800 number that we have listed there, 1-800-345-9285, after today, they should be able to address any questions or concerns you have or any changes you have within your schedule. But luckily that they are being able to transfer everything, and you shouldn't have to call and re-reserve. So that's wonderful. Next slide. Okay. In terms of changes that you have in terms of our program, that is foremost in our mind because we are ready to move on the program. But we do know that because there's change in dates, there could be a conflict with some of your presenters. So some of those folks that are panelists for your presentation on Monday. And so if you have any changes, whether they be substitutions or someone that just can't make it, please contact Robert Acosta, and you have his email there, because he is our program guru, and he wants to make sure, as we all do, that we have the right people on that program. So please get that information to him by Thursday, February 3rd. And if you have any questions about the program, you can ask him in terms of who do you currently have as panelists, but we've already provided all that information to you. You, as a primary contact, would have received your excerpt in terms of your program abstract, and we asked you to confirm the panelists, names, edits, all of that. And so all that was done. So we thank you for that. We got them all back, ready to go. And then of course we had to change the date, but hopefully all of your panelists can make it to this new date. In terms of any changes to registration, that would mean people that are either panelists or people that are coming and cheering you on from your own college. Those changes should go to Dina. And by all means, if you want to copy her on something you're sending Robert, certainly that's fine. And then we'll make sure that the registration aligns with the people that are in our program. And that if there are anybody else that we need to change or cancel, we can do that. And of course, if there's any need for a refund, we can do that within a specific time, as long as we get that information by Thursday, February 3rd. The last thing is, some of you may have requested some additional time for a binder on Friday, and so note that we were able to extend the deadline once we knew we were sliding the dates to tomorrow, Wednesday, January 19th. I think we got the majority of digital binders, so thank you very much. I took a look at several, they look amazing, so thank you for that. But if you still need more time, you have till Wednesday. And then we'll be done, I think, with all the required pieces to be judged beyond the presentation that will be happening again at the assembly. Okay, and just use the same portal that we've provided to you for that digital binder upload. If you have questions about the digital link, just contact Robert Acosta. Okay. Our keynote speaker this year, I'm super happy, excited to say, is our Deputy Assistant Secretary for Higher Education Programs, Dr. Michelle Aisha Cooper. She will be presenting and providing comments prior to our award assembly, and she's super excited, and we are super excited to have her. And so know that she will be preceding the Bellwether Awards ceremony on Tuesday. So please get there by 9-ish or so, eat a great breakfast, and I'm sure you're going to be in store for a great presentation by her. Next slide. So I thought it would be best to go through just a thumbnail sketch of each day, so you understand, again, everything has been lifted in terms of times. The same times apply to our new date. So check-in, we'll probably be in check-in by noon, but definitely between 1 and 6 p.m. on that first day, Sunday, February 27th. If you are part of the presentation, the booth presentation, what we call the Bellwether Showcase, then you will have between 1 and 2 o'clock to find your booth. We will be assigning those booths, and as time gets closer, we'll give you those assignments. We didn't want to hit you with all this information at one time, but that's when you'll come in, set up your 6-foot table booth. We have the 6-foot table, and you'll have time to put whatever you want on your table and be ready to have judges and other members, obviously, of the 30 finalists there to hear more about your program. From 2 to 4 o'clock is when we'll have the actual formal showcase. So be prepared. All your booth should be prepared by 2 p.m. And you will have over 100 people walking around, looking at your particular program, hearing about your program. And then from 4 to 6 p.m., we kind of obviously let everyone just exhale and just hear a couple of welcoming remarks by a few of us within the staff and eat some delicious food, have some delicious drink. And then after 6 p.m., we want to make it a short night, but our outstanding dissertation award winner, who I will not say yet, but she or he will be presenting from 6 to 6:30. This is the first time Bellwether College Consortium has ever held this national competition, and we will continue to hold it. But I would definitely encourage everyone to attend this presentation, and it has to do with community college and private business partnerships. And so that is much as I'll say about that, but we are very excited to have this person on board and to be able to award the person with their award, and also be able to share this information with you, our community college consortium members. Next slide. Then on Monday is the big day. That is when all 30 community college or Futures Assembly panelists programs come together, and we have already provided you with the time of your presentation, so that does not change. So if you were provided Monday at 9 o'clock, that is the same date and time that you will have on Monday, February 28th. We will most likely send the information out again, just so you can verify this is the time, yes, that we had said before. But again, new date, February 28th. So we will have check-in for anyone coming in on Monday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So check-in will be right in front of our ballroom. It will have a morning speaker, and then everyone will go out and be able to either present at that time if they're assigned, or hear many of the amazing presentations that will be on hand that day. And again, there will be 30. We'll have 15-minute breaks in between, just so you can take some calls and get some refreshment, and then move on to the next session. At 5:30, we end. Those 30 sessions, we're done. And then we have a nice reception on hand, some great entertainment and more food and drink for everyone. And this is really a great time just for people to come together, celebrate the fact that they have done an amazing job at their presentation, and now it's just basically waiting and seeing the next day in terms of what the judges saw and felt was what they felt was the best presentation in terms of what our criteria was and how they scored. And so this night is just wonderful. We'll have mariachis there. We'll have some just wonderful food and drink, like I said, and of course you all will be there. So it's to have a good time to exhale and enjoy, and hopefully see some of San Antonio that evening. Next slide. And then our last day is half a day. We start off with an early breakfast. Our keynote will come on at about probably 8:30-ish or so. We will have a couple of comments from some noted folks before. And then after Dr. Cooper's presentation, we will have a short break and then commence with the awards ceremony. And I'm sure you will enjoy this. We have some more entertainment, professional entertainment lined up for you there. And of course, the all-important awards ceremony. All the 30 Bellwether finalists will be getting a finalist award. We will be naming the Outstanding Dissertation Award winner as well, and providing that person with their award. And then, of course, the 3 Bellwether Award winners. So the 2022 Bellwether Award recipients will be named at that point. And that is basically it. We close it, and hope you all have safe travels home. And we will have a press release with those winners soon. So if you want a copy of that, I'm sure it will be mailed out to everyone. We will also have photographers on hand, so please keep your teams together so we can record the session for prosperity and have a picture for you that we can send hopefully to you via email. And that is it for the day. That is it for the assembly, should I say. So at this point in time, I'll take any questions that you have. Hopefully we answered a majority of them, but I am open to take questions, and Robert will help as well. And you can list them, I believe, in the chat. Is that correct, Robert? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I see a hand, and I'm sorry, let me open up my screen so I can see. Clavette
Yes, hi.
Regard, hi.
How are you? I just have one quick question. Because folks are planning to take flights after that afternoon. So the 3 winners, do they need to stay behind after 11:30 to take any additional pictures?
That is a great question. I would leave at least 10 to 15 minutes for photos. We have 2 photographers. We have 1 backdrop. Well, we have 2 backdrops. So it does take a little bit of time because there are so many people. And so I would say give yourself a cushion of about 15 minutes. Does that help?
Very much so. Thank you.
We will try to take pictures as you all are coming up. But sometimes the backdrop, which is outside the ballroom, might work better because the backdrop that you will have is an LED screen. It looks great. I'm just a little leery about pictures on an LED screen. So I just wanted to mention that to you all as well. Good question, though. And we'll probably have all the photos in one link. I just remembered last year. That way, if you want some large, photos of the entire event, we'll have some of those available too, because sometimes, your trustee will come out in a picture, or your president, or you may be the president or chancellor. And so it's just good to have some of those not staged moments as well. And we try to take as many of those as possible. I'm just scrolling to see if I see any hands, and feel free to unmute yourself.
Rose, I have a question for you.
Sure.
With regards to the tables, that I understand that they'll have the 2 hours for people to come around. At what point do we take those down?
Great question. Yes. So we, you can take them down, after the reception, if that's better for you, because the last thing we want is for you to have to feel like you have to do work to take all your, box everything up. What we've found, and I wouldn't say last year, because last year we had to go to virtual. We had to go to a virtual platform, but the year before is people would kind of box as they were talking. But the whole idea is just to kind of relax. They use the chairs to sit down and also to maybe put their food on. But you have till the end of the reception, and most folks can do that within like 20 minutes. It's kind of funny, you take more time to put it up, but when you take it down, you're just kind of pulling things away. So yeah, I would say until about 6:30 would be okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Let me just let you know that Menger is walking distance to the Alamo and walking distance to the Riverwalk. So you should not need to rent a car to go anywhere beyond getting to the hotel. So it's a good location. You're by a mall, I believe, walking mall. And so you have plenty of options for eating if you do not want to eat inside the hotel, and obviously may want an outside location. There are plenty of places along the Riverwalk that have outdoor eating, should you decide that's the best option for you. We will have a safe and healthy swag bag, which will have a mask or 2, actually probably 2, sanitizing gel, sanitizing wipes, snacks, of course, water, and a Bellwether t-shirt. All of the breakout rooms will also have sanitizing stations as well. The snacks that we provide will be in each of the individual breakout areas. So there's not like a main area where you're coming and grabbing things. It's in the individual room and they're all wrapped. That's what we're trying to do just to keep things safe. And then when we do have major plenary events where food is offered, breakfast and lunch, we will have plexiglass between you and the servers. So again, I just want to share that with folks that may feel a little anxious about coming. We are doing as much as we can to make this safe and exciting, and hopefully something you enjoy. So I just wanted to share that with you as well. Any other questions? Okay, I just wanted to say one thing, and that is our founder, Dr. Dale Campbell, is also on this webinar. So Dale, thank you again for founding the Bellwether College Consortium. And if we do not see you at the Futures Assembly, we will definitely have you in spirit there, hopefully. So thank you so much, Dale. Good to see you on board. Okay, well, if there are no further questions, thank you all so much for joining us today. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me, Robert, or Dina. One other thing, unfortunately, I don't know if Ida is on the line. Ida Leos is our administrative support, and she will be leaving us. She will be retiring in January 31st. So for those of you that were keen enough to notice that Dina was handling registration, that is because Ida, who has done an amazing job, will be retiring January 31st. So we're just kind of doing a quick transition there so that there are no loose ends. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. I did see a question quickly, I think. May have missed this, but do we have to update our reservations? You only have to update your hotel reservations if something has changed. Let's say you are coming in a day earlier than you had before. So you're coming in on a Friday, but before you were coming in on a Sunday, then you would want to go ahead and let the hotel know. Don't make another set of reservations. Just contact Menger Hotel with your confirmation or your last name, and make sure that the reservations, as they have transferred them over, were correct. That's all I would say there. Just make sure that they're correct. So if you're coming in Sunday morning, that you have obviously Sunday night, Monday night of accommodations. But no, not a separate new reservation. I'm just scrolling through quickly just to make sure I didn't miss a question. Okay, we'll see you all in San Antonio. Well, and stay well, and we look forward to hosting you all and having a very successful event. Thank you so much, and we will see you soon.